Hey guys, it's CrystalRenèe here. Welcome back to my channel. And if you're new here, thanks for joining. Hey guys, in today's video, we're going to be doing a 3-month propagation update on my Philodendron Pink Princess. And if you're interested, then stay tuned. If you've watched my last Philodendron Pink Princess video, you would know that this is where my video left off. Let's take a look and see what she's looking like 5 weeks later. Okay guys, so as you may or may not know, a little over a month ago, I decided to chop up my Pink Princess Philodendron. And since then, this is what the mother plant is looking like. She actually has grown a new growth point, as you can see here. She has one coming out. It looks like there is another growth point there at the very top. Another leaf may be emerging there soon. Let's take a look down further. I don't see any growth down further as I spin her around. Okay, maybe down at the very bottom there. It looks like a growth point as well. So we just might see some more growth. So yeah, that is pretty much what the mother plant is looking like since the big chop. And like I said, it's been a little bit over a month, actually like a week, so maybe 5 weeks since I chopped her. Now I'm going to show you what the cuttings look like that I removed from her. Okay, so this leaf here, I just had it rooting in water, nothing special, just in water. I may have had it in some water with some Super Thrive and just regular water at one point, but this is what the roots look like. It has grown some great roots, some really nice roots actually. And to my surprise, it is now pushing out a leaf. I don't know if you guys can see that, but yeah, it has a growth point. So now these 3 cuttings I've had on this vase together. And these 3 I'm going to keep, and I've been having them in this pot, well, glass. I've been having them in this glass for the entire time. I did put some nutrient water in this glass at one point, and then I also used just regular water with Super Thrive at another point. But as you can see, it has lots of roots emerging in there, all around the glass. So I only can imagine what they look like once I take them out. I do need to change this water. It is about that time. And as you can see down in here, let me move some of this leca out of the way. There is some growth. We have some new leaves coming out. So I'm going to remove them from the pot so we can check out their roots. Okay, so without disturbing the roots too much, I didn't want to remove the rest of the leca because it's pretty stuck, but as you can see, the roots have grown quite a bit. And as I was trying to show you earlier, each cutting is now growing a new leaf. So I'm happy about that. I want to show you the cutting that I had in a Ziploc bag. So this cutting here, I put into leca with nutrient water as well, and I put it in a Ziploc bag for humidity. And to my surprise, this one has put out a new leaf. Can't you see? It's put out a new leaf. And it's pushing out another leaf as well here. Use my leca. It is a little green because it is time to change everything out. And I'm going to do that today. So apparently after removing her, that is pretty much all the roots that she has farmed inside the humidity chamber, inside the Ziploc bag. She's pushed out the most growth though. So here is the top cutting. She is still trying to unfurl her leaf, which is looking pretty good. And as if you can see far down in here, I don't know if you can see it. Let me focus. I don't know if you can see that, but she's also pushing out a new leaf as well. So I am very pleased with my cuttings that I took, only to see how much pink they're going to get on their leaves. I don't know until they harden off, but we will see shortly. But right now I'm going to go ahead and pot these other cuttings up into this pot, so stay tuned for that. And that is pretty much what she's looking like. I did go ahead and give this cutting some fresh water and clean leca, and I placed her into my prop box. This is where she lives and doing great. Now here's the last cutting that I have to show you. This cutting I decided to go ahead and pot it up in soil because it had enough roots to do so, and she has been doing very well since potted up in soil. In fact, she's growing a new leaf that is pushing out here, as you can see. And if you look deep down in there, it looks as if it's going to push out another leaf, but I'm not sure. We shall see. After 11 days, the leaf popped out, and it did give us a little bit of variegation. And as of right now, I am not regretting cutting up my Pink Princess one bit. Fast forward, it has been 2 months. I did decide to go ahead and put my cuttings into sphagnum moss shortly after potting them all together, and I believe this worked out for the best. And in this part of the video, I'm not going to do too much talking. I'm just going to show you how much each cutting has grown, and I'm also going to be removing them from the sphagnum moss and showing you what the roots are looking like at this moment after 2 months. Now I'm going to pot up each cutting into soil. I left this one leaf on my mother plant. It looks a little damaged because I think it was getting too much sun, but I can assure you the rest of the plant looks great. So once I cut her back, she gave me this beautiful half moon leaf here. And then after that, shortly, came this leaf here, which didn't have much variegation on it, so I wasn't sure what to expect. Then she put out this beautiful leaf here. So I had high hopes for her. And the very last leaf that she just recently put out is this one here, which also has some nice variegation to it. She's not yet pushing out a new leaf, but things are looking good. Let's see if we can check down in her stem how she's looking. Okay, that's the way the stem looks. So I'm assuming the next new leaf will be variegated as well, because if you can see, it's kind of hard to focus. If you can see there, it's very pink. So I'm hoping for a nice variegated leaf. And as you can see, this is where I took my cut from her. But everything else seems to be looking great. Now this is kind of a full view of what she looks like. Nice and pretty. I'm very happy with it. Now I'm going to show you some of the remaining cuttings I have from her. I did sell 2 of them, single leaf cuttings, before they grew any other leaves onto them. So that left me with 5 cuttings. So I'm going to show you what I have. Now this is one of the cuttings that I removed from her that had nice variegation on it, as you can see. And the first leaf that she gave me was this beautiful half moon. So again, I had high hopes for her. I was excited. And then she put out another beautiful variegated leaf. This leaf is actually really beautiful. But then she turned around and gave me this leaf, which has no variegation at all. But that is okay, because sometimes pink princesses give you some variegation and sometimes it don't. It's okay to have a balance in between the two. I'm just hoping that she continues to push out that nice variegation. And from looking at the stem, I think she's going to be pushing out another variegated leaf from what it looks like. We're going to keep our fingers crossed, because it looks really nice and variegated. So I would hope that the next leaf is variegated as well. So this is a full look of this particular plant here. She is a beauty. Pretty beautiful. Another beautiful plant. Now this was the top cutting from my plant that had the most variegation. And I left 2 leaves on this particular cutting. I left this one. And I left this leaf here that didn't have any variegation at all. So the next leaf that came out was this one. It came out pretty deformed looking. I'm not sure if it was attacked by anything or if it was just exposed to too much humidity as well, or sunlight while it was trying to unfurl, and I believe that's what was happening there. But then it proceeded to put out this leaf that had a little bit of cosmetic damage, but nothing to fuss about, but still no variegation. Now it's pushing out its newest leaf. I really can't tell if it's going to be variegated or not. I'm not sure, because you can't really tell sometimes until the leaf actually hardens off and fully unfurl. But I'm hoping to see some variegation on that one. Pretty much what this whole cutting is looking like. So again, not too much variegation on that one. Which is funny because this is the leaf that had the most variegation on it. So I was expecting more out of it. So this leaf was under a lot of humidity, so it's kind of white and ashy, so it looks like the leaves need to be cleaned. But this is the first leaf that this plant put out with very tiny variegation on it. And then it put out this one with no variegation at all. I don't really see any pink in the stem, so I'm not sure if it's gonna push out a lot of pink or not, but we shall see. And then we have this leaf here that had like a speckle of variegation. It pushed out this tiny, teeny, tiny leaf here. I don't know if I can focus on it. Pushed out that leaf there, which ended up pushing out this leaf here. And now it just recently pushed out this leaf here, which looked like it has like 2 speckles of variegation, but not very much. And that is pretty much what that plant looks like. Now this is the last leaf. I just watered it, so it looks a little droopy, but it didn't have any variegation on it, and the new leaves that it pushed out did not have any variegation either. It's just a reverted Pink Princess pretty much, and not sure what the newest leaf is going to look like. But if you look in there, I did add some kiki paste, and it looks like it's promoting growth in this stem, which has a lot of variegation on the stem. So hopefully we get some variegation on this particular plant. So as you can see, I decided to pot up my 2 most variegated cuttings together. That way, once she grow out, she can grow nice and full and variegated. And learning from my past, I did go ahead and give her a moss pole. That way she can encourage herself to grow larger leaves. That is pretty much it for this video. If you watched it this far to the end, you are greatly appreciated. If you can, please give this video a thumbs up. Share with some of your planty friends. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comment section below. And as I always say, enjoy peace, spread love, and be blessed. Hey, don't forget to follow me on all my social media platforms. And until next time, happy growing!